We're back to discuss Ocean's 8, and if you saw our review, we were kind of mixed on it, half and half. It's not the other Ocean's movies by a long shot. First of all, am I crazy, or did they do a ton of editing on Sandra Bullock's face?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was so she looked CG to me. the amount of like anti-wrinkling they were doing and like de-aging stuff that they were doing to her.
She was brushed a little too much.
Yeah.
It was like slow motion airbrushed.
It was so weird. I think everybody was, but it was super noticeable on her at the very beginning. She's like the first thing you see, and it's like kind of an extreme close-up of her face, and it's just like she doesn't have a single wrinkle on her. Like, is this supposed to be 40 years ago? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are they doing a flashback or something? And like, no, she just looks weird the whole movie. Everything else, like the actual heist itself, we're gonna steal the diamonds, wasn't that exciting to me. Like, I get that it's cool that they were stealing from the Metropolitan Museum of Art rather than it being like another Vegas story like all the guys' Oceans movies were. And I got that, like, this was the female slant on that. Like, they got to wear all the dresses and they got to do all the glamorous stuff that they wanted to do. The stealing of the other necklaces should have had a bigger impact.
Yes.
And it did not.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Well, there were a few things that bothered me about that.
Yeah, it came way too late.
Like, when when they first open the thing and show all the diamonds that they stole,
Yeah.
Mindy Kaling's character looked shocked, and then it's revealed that she was one of the only ones that actually knew about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's going on there? And there were a few cases of that. In one scene, Cate Blanchett's character confronts Sandra Bullock about, if you frame the guy, I'm gonna walk. And then she frames him anyway, and everybody's fine with it.
Right.
What?
Yeah, it's a bunch of it's a bunch of sloppy misdirection thrown at the audience that isn't imbued with the characters.
I think if they would have spliced in like the heist of the other jewelry at the same time that they did the lockout, or where they sweep the room, that would have been a little bit more interesting. And then shown the part where Sandra Bullock was fighting with the security guards to get back in the room, that would have also been interesting.
Yeah, they could have had that twist happen there where, like, one of them's like, I can't believe we did all this for this necklace, and one of the other ones is like, oh, we didn't just do this for this necklace.
And then it shows the rest of the heist.
To see what else is going on. I think it came too late.
Yeah.
But it was still entertaining.
Well, and like
the movie was just kind of like, it was very flat.
Yeah, and like Dad said, like, James Corden shows up and it's like, oh, finally, because he's funny.
Yeah.
In the movie. He's a character that's funny. One of the things that really works well on the other Oceans movies is, they all pull off the heist and everything always goes off without a hitch, or it goes off without a hitch and then there's a twist.
That's what I missed, a twist. There was no twist.
The twist was they had the extra diamonds, which is not a big deal.
I thought the Asian girl who did I thought she switched them. And that was going to be the twist.
Did she double-crossed him or something?
Yeah, but that
would have been more interesting.
Yeah, that didn't happen either.
The other thing that's always makes those movies fun all the way through is that they're not only they're sort of a loose associated group where they all have sort of internal conflicts and rivalries between different members.
Yeah.
And so, like, there was no like Brad Pitt and Matt Damon making cracks at each other kind of feel to this movie at all. They're all just like, we're all so good at our jobs.
Yeah,
aren't we great?
I think they tried it with like trying to get Rihanna's character's name, and then it just didn't work.
Trying to get Rihanna's character's name?
Like, because she was like,
oh, when she was trying to make the jokes about it?
And so they were like, no, we go by first names. And she was just like, no. And so once they found out her name, that's when they're like, "Who are your parents?"
Yeah.
You know, one of the big differences between this and all I can source is the original Ocean's 11. The heist in that movie was much more elaborate.
Yeah.
This one was like, okay, she's gonna go puke and we're gonna swap out the
And,
necklace.
and because they replaced the complexity of the heist with the glamour of the event. And that's where I think they went wrong. I think there's probably women who will enjoy getting to see that part of it, but not as part of a heist suspense comedy thriller movie. This felt to me more like someone created entertainment inside of a art museum for me to enjoy the art museum more. I felt like I was hanging out at an art museum,
Yeah.
which is not as much fun as watching a heist movie.
Everything just went too perfectly, and then when the necklace wouldn't work, that they fixed that right away, and then that worked. So it was just
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Oh, and the other big twist was that Anne Hathaway's not a moron.
I think that was my favorite part, was the fact that like she was
true.
she was able to like pick everything up and
Which she
Wanted in
honestly, I think she was probably the best out of all of them. Like, I enjoyed her performance the most.
I thought Helena Bonham Carter did a good job.
She was
She
good
was
too,
funny.
but she was underused.
Up until James Corden showed up, my favorite part of the movie is when she's trying to ignore Anne Hathaway and they've got the bubbles outside.
Yeah,
That was the best part of the movie up until that point.
they're distracting her with the bubbles. Yeah.
that's funny.
But that's Ocean's 8. There's not a whole lot to say about it beyond that. If you like the way we do these, please like the video, subscribe. Check out all the written and video reviews at DaleMaxfield.com. Thanks for watching.